It is amazing, isn't it, how much you can see smiles in the eyes. Ruchim habayim, B'Shem Adonai, Berechnukhem, Mibet Adonai, Yitzu Adonai b'simcha, Olefanav v'yernanav, Mi'adonai hakol, Mi'adonai hakol, Mi'adonai hakol, U'yevarech ha'chaim v'chala. Blessed are all of you who come here in the name of God. Blessed are you who have come here in the name of God. We bless you in this house of God. Serve the Eternal One with joy. Come into God's presence with music and with song. We rejoice on this day that the two of you, our Chatan, our groom, Daniel, and our Kala, our bride, Jillian, join together in marriage in the presence of God and of loved ones. Surrounded both physically and virtually by those whose joy and prayers are with you here, you stand under this chuppah, this symbol of a Jewish home. And it's really striking that on this wedding during Sukkot, we have the two great temporary structures of Judaism. Behind me is the sukkah, which has walls but no full roof, and here we are under the chuppah, which has a roof but not walls. And we spoke about how the openness of the chuppah is meant to represent what many of us are yearning for, I think, the hospitality, the openness of our homes, where we can welcome one another in. But the top, the talit, the tent, the shelter, is meant to remind us that when we choose somebody to love, whatever is going on outside of the walls of the home we create together, you have that person, you have that love, that shelter, that heart, and that home. So to find that person, to express gratitude for having found that person and made the choices leading to this day, we say Shehechianu, and anyone who knows, whether you're here or online, feel free to join in or give us a great amen at the end. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'achayanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
So we come to the first two formal blessings of the wedding, the blessing over the wine, Borei Pri Hagafen, and the blessing over the marriage. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei Pri Hagafen. Amen. Please take one cup and each take a sip. We praise you, Eternal One, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'hitir lanu al nisuim v'nasuot lanu al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh amo Yisrael al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. We praise you, Eternal One, who makes us holy with mitzvot and makes this marriage holy. We praise you, who sanctifies our people Israel through kiddushin, the rite of marriage under the wedding canopy, the chuppah. So I'm going to ask you to place the wine back down and to take the rings. So each hold the ring that you'll be giving the other. All right, so I want you to face one another and you'll repeat these words after me. And for this, let's have you with the microphone so that you can be heard.
Hare ata mikudash li betavat zo Moshe. Israel.
Behold, you are holy to me,
Behold, you are holy to me,
as my beloved husband.
as my beloved husband.
With this ring,
With this ring,
according to the traditions
according to the traditions of Moses and Israel.
הרי את מקודש לי בטבעת זו כדת משה וישראל. Behold, you are holy to me, as my beloved wife, with this ring, according to the traditions of Moses and Israel. Yeah? Yeah.
Can we get a mazel tov?
Mazel
This is a
tov.
beautiful ketubah that I hope can be seen by everyone. It has
Mazel
two
tov.
birds at the top, and I know that birds are really significant to the two of you, despite a fear of flying. And one of the things that you said that was really beautiful is that for you, this marriage is very much about freedom, that you freely choose one another, not just on this day, but every day in the 12 years that's led until this day, and every day in the many years to come. On the 5th day of the week, the 8th day of the month of October in the year 2020, corresponding to the 20th day of Tishrei in the year 5781, here in Montreal, Canada, the beloveds, Daniel Joseph Moskovich and Jillian Lee Sonnen, entered into the covenant of marriage in accordance with the laws of Moses and the Jewish people, saying, "We exchange these rings as symbols of our commitment to each other as beloveds and friends before God and these witnesses. We promise to love, respect, encourage, and inspire one another all the days of our lives. We will always endeavor to be open and honest, understanding and accepting, loving and forgiving, trusting of and loyal to one another. We promise to do the most that we can to bring out the best in each other. We will strive to bring to fruition both our shared and our individual hopes and dreams, always evolving together. Through life's sorrows and challenges, we will comfort and support one another. Through life's joys and pleasures, we will laugh and celebrate together. For many years to come, may we maintain a relationship that fosters intimacy, honesty, and communication. We vow to create a home where the Jewish traditions of our families are honored and celebrated. Let us build a home that emanates warmth, generosity, laughter, and understanding. We join hands today and promise to help build a world filled with harmony and peace and love. With our dearest family and friends as witnesses, we commit this to each other. Ve'akol shrir v'kayam. This sacred covenant is valid and binding. Amen. Now, I'm going to ask if you could hold this for us, please, as our witness. And this is where I get to say just a few words. Because I was going through my notes of our meetings, and I thought it was worth sharing some of our conversations. So on January 24th of this year, the two of you came in, and you said, we've been together for 12 years. We've been engaged for 2 years. We know that we love each other, but we're not sure about this whole wedding thing. You said, somehow, maybe we'll just have our family with us and we'll manage to avoid this whole wedding industrial complex because it just doesn't feel right, you said. And this boggles my mind to see March 11th we met, right? Just as everything was starting to shut down just before. And you said, we think we've got it. We'll have a small wedding ceremony at Temple. We'll walk to Gentile after. and it's going to work, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be right. And look at us. And here we are, the two of you. You called the small, intimate wedding before all of those people who had 300-person weddings planned at the Ritz had to reschedule. You are the trendsetters here. But what I find is more important than any of that is that the constant is love, and has been for all of these years. And what you're doing today is what you came in January saying that you wanted, which is to find a way to have a Jewish ceremony because you knew that mattered to you, and to find a way to have a ceremony that reflected the strength and equality and passion and depth of your commitment to each other. And we see your values. We see how much family and friends matter to you, whether it's the 100 guests on Zoom or those of you who matter so much, who are here, each and every one of you. Because you know, with a wedding where there's a 25-person limit, you don't get an invitation just for the heck of it. We think of your sister Joanne in the UK, who means so much to you both, who is here in everything but body. We think of how those 100 people and these 20 people love you so very much. And we think of the people who are not here, not because of distance, but because of death. Daniel, we think of your mother, who's been part of your story since the beginning. And you'd said in that first meeting so beautifully, you said, you know, she and Joe would have been BFFs. And Joe, you said that you've gotten to know Dan's mother through the people who loved her, and through the open-heartedness and the gentleness and the beauty that you see in her son. And so her presence and her blessing we evoke and we feel too on this day. Your families have been through a lot over the years. It's impossible to be part of someone's life for a dozen years without going through a lot with them and with the people who they love. But out of that, we see the strength of the connection you've built to your families and friends and to each other. We see those strands of Judaism and justice and music and love and all the thoughtfulness, the deep and beautiful thoughtfulness that the two of you bring to your relationship and to your way of being in the world. Ani l'dodi v'dodi li. I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. And I asked the two of you what you loved about each other, and it was actually quite wonderful. I will tell you, I don't know if you saw what you each sent me, but Jillian wrote 2 pages, and Daniel wrote 2 lines, and they are both equally beautiful and powerful. And I can't think of a better example of how people can be different in enough ways to keep it interesting, but alike in the ways that matter most. And so, Jillian, in talking about your groom, you spoke about how he's always giving of his love, how gentle he is, how he has the kindest eyes, how fiercely intelligent he is, not only intellectually, but emotionally, how nothing is off limits in your house, how you talk about everything and anything together. You love his creativity, his dedication and his passion, his fierce commitment to equality and social justice, how with all these things you walk truly hand in hand and side by side. And Dan, you said, Jillian is emotionally fearless with a deep sense of caring, empathy crossed with a fighting spirit for justice and democracy. She can take a picture of a chair and make you cry. That is what I love most about her. It's pretty special to witness this love, isn't it? So we have Ani l'dodi v'dodi li, I am my beloved's and my beloved is mine. But in these 7 wedding blessings, the Sheva Brachot that we come to now, we'll speak of the two of you as Re'im Ahuvim, beloved friends. And that, it seems to me, is exactly right. So may that friendship and this love sustain the two of you as you sustain each other through whatever life may bring, as we are open to this world around us and sheltered by what you create today. So as we'll say just tomorrow night, as we end one book of the Torah, the last book of the Torah, and begin all over again with creation, with Bereshit. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. May we be strong. May we be strong, and may we strengthen one another. May the two of you always strengthen one another. And to this we say, Amen. So, in just a moment, you're going to drink from the second cup of wine at the end of these 7 blessings. And after each one in the English, please give a resounding Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. We praise you, Eternal One, creator of the fruit of the vine. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'akol bara lichvodo. We praise you, Eternal One, creator of all things for your glory. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, yotzer ha'adam. We praise you, Eternal One, creator of human beings. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yitzar adam b'tzalmo, b'tzelem demut tavnito, v'hitkin lo mimenu binyan adayat. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer ha'adam. We praise you, Eternal One, who creates us to share with you in life's everlasting renewal. Amen. Sos tasis v'tegal Tzion b'kibutz baneha b'toch simcha. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech Tzion b'baneha. We praise you, Eternal One, who causes Zion to rejoice in her children's happy return. Amen. Here comes the beloved friends. Samech tesamech hareim ha'ovim kesamech hayitzircha began Eden mikedem. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech hatan lechalah. We praise you, Eternal One, who causes bride and groom to rejoice. May these beloved friends rejoice as have your creatures ever since the first days of creation. Amen. The 7th blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'kala, asher bara sason v'simcha chatan v'kala. Gila rina ditza v'chenva v'achva v'shalom v'reyut. Meher Adonai lo nishma be'ari Yehuda v'chutzot Yerushalayim. Kol sason v'kol simcha, kol chatan v'kol kala, kol mitzalot chatanim mechupatam u'ne'arim u'mishen niginatam. Baruch atah Adonai mesamech chatan im hakala. We praise you, Eternal One, creator of joy and gladness, groom and bride, love and kinship, peace and friendship. May there always be heard in the cities of Israel and in the streets of Jerusalem and Westmount the sounds of joy and of happiness, the voice of the groom and the voice of the bride, the shouts of young people celebrating and the songs of children at play. We praise you, God of love, who causes this bride and this groom to rejoice with each other. Amen. Please take a sip of the second cup of wine and then bring those glasses over to me. As you've shared wine from these cups, so may you share contentment and peace and fulfillment from the cup of life. May you find life's joys heightened, its bitterness sweetened, and each of its moments made holy by true companionship and love. And so, in the presence of these witnesses and in keeping with our tradition, you have spoken the words and performed the rites that will unite your lives. By the authority vested in me by Jewish tradition and the government of Quebec, I pronounce you husband and wife. Mazel tov!
Mazel tov.
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 Simen tov, mazel tov,
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Auntie Jerry, you can yell Mazel tov. They can hear you.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, Helena.
Mazel tov from Auntie Jerry.
Grandma, Dorothy, Abby, and Lena. All the best.
What?
Elanu,
Elanu.
Mazel tov! My understanding is there will be a international l'chaim later on today. But what joy the two of you have brought in to this moment, to this time, and this place. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Hi to everybody on Zoom. Thank you for coming and for making time in your day. And we love you all.
Yeah, thank you.
Put it down.
We did it. Thanks, everybody. Look at this. Oh yeah. Also, thank you, Rabbi Krishko. You're the best. Thank you.
Hey, all the way from Boston, Massachusetts. Mazel tov from Barbara and Murray Miller. Great ceremony.
Thank you.
We'll probably call you next week for a recap. All the best. Lots of love. Thank you.
Are there people on there?
People are still there? Yeah? Okay.
love to you from Lenny.
Jillian, mazel tov from Mr. Dress Up.
That's so.
All the way from where you first met, from Auntie Esther, Uncle Sidney, and Daniel.
It would be impromptu. Oh my God. It's already risky.
There you go.
Mazel tov from Pearl and Stewart.
Wow, that's cool.
Mazel tov, Jill from Paula and Marty.
Auntie Jelly.
Love you. Mazel
Auntie
tov,
Jelly.
Lenny.
Auntie Jelly.
Oh, they can't.
Hi, everyone. I'm just looking at seeing all of you.
Auntie Jelly. Auntie Jelly.
Very emotional to see all these faces looking back at us on the.
Mazel tov from Alex and Kelly.
Oh, I see my Auntie Marcia. My Auntie Marcia.
Mazel tov from
And Auntie
David
Carolyn.
and Julie.
Hi, everyone. And I see Danya. Oh, Shoshana. Yeah. I see all of you. I can see all of you. And so thank you. Oh, I see my sister. We miss you so much and we wish you were here. Okay, everyone. Okay, we love you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll have a Zoom l'chaim later or in the coming days or anything, but thank you for coming. We love you.
From Sharon in London, Ontario, wishing you a hearty mazel tov.
Mazel tov from Debbie and Morty in Mississauga.
No, you can talk.
Maybe.
Yeah, you can tap it, maybe.
No, I don't know how to do it.
Oh, there's Helena and Abby. And Dorothy. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov from Donna and Elliot Beer.
Hi, Daniel and Jillian. Mazel tov from Elaine and Mel Hirschenfield. We wish you only good health, happiness, a long and beautiful life together in good health.
This is Myrna wishing you all the very, very best. Good luck and good health to the two of you.
Mazel tov from Arthur and Yvonne Felgar.
Hi, Abby. This is Lenny. Mazel tov to you all.
Mazel tov from Judy Belevsky. May you have a wonderful life together.